Technical glitch caused disruption during the CUET-UG 2026 examination at several centers across the country, affecting candidates who were scheduled to appear in the second shift. And the National Testing Agency said the issue was reported by its exam partner, Tata Consultancy Services, shifting the blame on TCS again. While the problem has now been resolved, it led to delays in the commencement of examinations at some centers, making it quite uncertain for students. And as a result, the NTA revised the schedule for the afternoon session. Candidates were asked to report from 2:30 p.m. while the examination began at 4 p.m. instead of the originally scheduled 3 p.m. The agency has also assured students that no candidate will be disadvantaged due to the delay. Full compensatory time is being provided to all affected students, while students appearing in the morning session are also being allowed to complete the full duration of their examination. The NTA has expressed regret over the inconvenience caused to students and parents and said necessary measures are being taken to prevent such disruptions in future. The disruption comes at a time when NTA is already facing increased scrutiny following NEET controversy and concerns over the conduct of other national level tests. The latest glitch has also once again sparked questions over the preparedness and reliability of systems, of the very systems that are tasked with handling high stakes examinations involving millions of students. And to help us understand, we have Advocate Anubha Srivastava, Saha Educationist and also President of India-wide Parent Association, Professor J.K. Sharma, Educationist and Advisor to IMS. A very good afternoon to you, both of you all. Advocate Srivastava, why is it that students and parents are time and again losing faith in NTA? Because controversy after controversy, NTA and controversy have become synonymous in the recent past.
Yeah, thank you for having me on the show. And we have been seeing since last few years how NTA is performing. And in spite of their poor performance, no action has been taken by the government till date on any of the officials. Now, after this NEET scam and due to the public pressure, now NTA and the government is now taking action on some of the officials who are involved in the NEET scam. And we don't know whether the action will be taken or not. But yes, restructuring of NTA is happening after almost 4-5 years of struggle by students and parents community. Today again, the blunder happened, and I don't know what kind of management this NTA authority is doing. NEET CUT exam, NEET exam. Recently, CBSE students are also upset with the marking scheme which is being proposed and implemented by the Education Ministry. So NTA definitely is not able to conduct exam properly. The company which they have hired is TCS, and it is not the first time that such technical glitch was reported. Even previously, I think in the month of February, some students were complaining that there was some technical glitch during a exam. So this is a repeated thing which is happening, and why they are not changing the company, why they are not taking any action on the companies which are either conducting exams not in a proper manner, or be it TCS as far as CUT is concerned, NEET is concerned, or even if other companies are concerned, which CBSE has given work to scan the copies. So overall, if I would say that the Education Ministry has completely failed. NTA today, I would say that NTA is in a position of like a person who is like a
NTA is
patient
cutting
who
a
is
sorry figure every single time,
every
Advocate
NTA's
Sahai.
position today is like a patient in ICU.
Yeah.
They're like a patient in ICU where they're not able to do anything. And the doctor needs to now treat the patient. So we need the doctor to now treat this patient called NTA. Where the NTA is being exposed, and we now want the treatment of this NTA body. Complete restructuring of the body must happen. Those who are in power, those who are holding the position must be thrown out, and a new set of people, new set of administrators must be appointed by the ministry. And I think minister is also not capable of doing anything. We have a very
There's a lot of
incompetent
anger
education
that's
minister.
also mounting against Mr. Pradhan, who's the
Yeah,
Union
he's
Minister
not
for
competent enough
Education.
to
And
hold that
Advocate
position.
Saha, you know what I think? I think that people have no seriousness. There are lakhs of students who are appearing for these top examinations, and you have NTA and other companies, so-called companies that are handling the examination process. completely, throwing the rules and regulations to the wind, completely, compromising on the security and integrity of these papers. So, Professor Sharma, time and again, NTA has gotten itself into controversies. Now there is a so-called restructuring happening. But what is the real way forward? What is it that, really is necessary right now? If you look outside in other countries, I don't think you have these kind of controversies. What is it that's missing in India?
You see, there are plenty of things to say.
Uh-huh.
The government is being also being blamed, but we should not forget that the NTA is handling lakhs and lakhs of students for their examination and for their professionalism. It was created basically to create specialized, centralized testing expertise. But the accountability, of course, has to be there. And so since the government can understand that something has gone wrong with the functioning of this agency, it has taken a very drastic steps to stop and to ensure that the thing should not get repeated anymore. Therefore, simply saying that the one agency is at fault or the others, the government has taken into consideration the courts and other agencies to ensure that such things should not get happened. But one thing which is very important is that our country is certainly is becoming or bringing a lot of reforms as far as the examination of professional courses are concerned. And there are often the complaint that papers are being leaked or are not being authorized properly. But we also have to understand that such things do happen earlier also, but have
So, but they can't keep happening year on year. 24 we saw NEET,
certainly
again
not. I agree.
2025
I
we saw
agree.
NEET
I agree
controversy,
with you.
26 again
Now
NEET
the probably
controversy.
probably the better management is required. I'm sure the management, the government is now committed to ensure that such things should not get repeated anymore. But we have to believe that the government efforts also, we have to see the government is not the minister himself alone. There are plenty of complex system which is operating for conducting large scale examination like this. So therefore, if the government is saying that proper steps have been taken in terms of judiciary, police, other agencies, probably I'm sure that things will improve further, maybe very shortly.
Yeah, every single year, Professor, every single year, students are hoping against hope.
Agree for
You
the
know,
last 2 years of, especially
yeah, they're
last two
saying
years,
that, we
this
hope
has
that next
happened.
time we will do it properly. Union Minister of Education comes out in the open and says controversy after controversy, saying that we are restructuring it, we are making sure that the next exam will be foolproof. But advocates are high, allocating extra time. If this had happened with a minister's or a bureaucrat's son, would, additional time be a proper solution for them?
But I think for the first time, the government have pushed for fixing responsibility and strong systems have been, they have been created once again. And probably we should hope that such things should not happen anymore. Government this time is seems to be very serious and have taken
Yes,
very
sir.
strong steps
Government
to
is
stop.
very, very serious, and we can see that year on year. But Advocate Sahai, the question that I was asking you, if this had happened with a minister's or a bureaucrat's child, do you think they would have stayed quiet with just extra time?
No, no, no.
No, I
They
think
would have taken action against the company itself, TCS. They would have thrown the company out. If this thing would have happened with one of the bureaucrat's son or politician's son, most of the politicians' children are studying abroad. They are not bothered only. Those middle class students, they are bothered. Their parents are bothered, but these institutions, examination conducting bodies are least bothered. Parents are standing since morning 6 a.m. today. The exam was supposed to be conducted at 9 a.m. And I don't know why such things are happening again and again. It's not the first time that the technical glitches happen. by the
I
same
agree.
company.
I agree.
Why
I
are we
agree.
giving contract to same companies again and again and again? Why are we not blacklisting such companies? Why we are giving? Why we are not giving opportunities to some other companies? Is there only one company in India, TCS? There are several other companies. Same with
I think
CBSE
in my
also. See, students and parents are worried, and I don't know why these examination conducting bodies are not bothered. Why they are not taking any
You know,
steps
Professor
since past
Sharma,
4 years?
no number of restructuring within the NTA can actually resolve, issues that are there on ground zero, and especially the anxiety and the panic that every, single instance or a technical glitch creates for students and parents. Restructuring NTA time and again, multiple times will not solve the issue. People who are in positions of power must actually take strict action. Heads must roll,
Yes, yes,
accountability must be fixed, but that is not happening.
absolutely. That is not happening.
I agree. I agree that it has happening for the last 2 years, especially. But
Not
simply
two
saying
years,
that,
sir. 3, 4 years we are seeing.
yeah,
Not 2 years.
maybe, but
Yeah, I do agree. See, I do agree that as far as NEET exam was concerned, initially paper leak used to happen. That's why this NTA was being constituted. We appreciated the stand being taken by the government. But the way things are happening, the way things are being getting implemented by the authority himself, by the education conducting body, they're not doing their job properly. So why you are not throwing them out? Had it been a private company, they would have thrown the officers out, thrown the employees out.
Contract, they
Why
would
it is
have
not
thrown them
happening?
out and they would have ensured that that particular agency doesn't get any
Yeah,
other contract in the future.
I think, yeah, agree,
Yeah.
absolutely.
agree. Now the call is
Uh-huh.
that the government should be serious enough to make some changes in the NTA, especially the officials who are operating here. And the government, I think, is committed probably this year to have restructuring entire system of NTA to make it foolproof as far as the exam system is concerned. Not only this NEET, other examinations too, where CBSE also was into news recently. There also CBSE is a very strong, powerful system of examining or testing the students. So the same something of same sort should be done, and I'm sure maybe government in the near future should be good enough to understand the seriousness of such examination because the
Not
life
even
of
in the near future, sir. The time is right now because
NEET,
near
NEET exam is
future, we heard people say near future even in 2024 and 2025, sir. But that near future hasn't really come. And the bottom line is, Advocate Sahai and Professor Sharma, lakhs of students are appearing
yeah,
for
I
NEET,
agree, and
for
lot of
absolutely.
people.
CUET, for CBSE,
Yes,
and one single fault will affect the, future of lakhs and lakhs of
that
students. And for politicians whose children are studying abroad, it doesn't really, make a difference.
that
But that is the attitude that, they should get rid of. People in positions of power must be pulled up and accountability must be fixed. Only then will our education infrastructure be foolproof, not by making empty promises and, empty assurances,
I agree, agree.
because the way forward is to weed out all the rotten apples from the system. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of the Bulletin. Thank you, Advocate Srivastava Sahai and Professor J.K. Sharma for joining me on this discussion.